Hey everybody, it is the Angry Honey Badger here, and it is time for Free Week for September 29th. Oh, I should probably tell my brother happy birthday today. Anyways, let's see who's free this week and which 4 champions I'm gonna recommend. Free this week, we're gonna be seeing Akali, Azir, Chogath, Ezreal, Graves, Kennen, Sona, Trundle, Xin and Zillion. As for my first champion recommendation for this week, we're gonna give it over to the troll himself, Trundle. Now, Trundle actually has been getting better in the jungle recently due to item changes and balance changes and champion changes and juggernaut changes and all types of changes and item changes. But the biggest thing I want to say about Trundle is he's super awesome as a support. If you haven't been playing him down there, still give it a shot. It's still super fun. He still is super awesome there too. I don't know how many more times I can say awesome, but it's pretty awesome how awesome his awesomeness is. It's awesome. The next champion I recommend for this week, I'm gonna give that to Chogath. Chogath, we saw him rise in power early in the season, and he kind of fell off a little bit, but he's still quite good. His true damage ultimate, kind of awesome. And the other big thing he really brings to fights that I really like that a lot of champions don't have is silence. And his is a big AoE silence, and that is really awesome, and it's pretty easy to hit. Doesn't have the longest range, obviously, but he usually wants to be in people's faces anyways. He also has great sustain in lane, so Chogath's a solid champion and oddly fits quite decently this season, so if you haven't tried him or don't own him, give him a shot. My third recommendation for the week, that's gonna go over to Xin. Now, the reason why I like to pick him in free weeks when he is available is because for people who either don't jungle a lot or say that they're not good at it, he's a pretty solid jungler. He doesn't have the greatest level 1, 2, 3 clear, but after that it's perfectly fine. And then besides that point, he is by far one of the best early game gankers just in League of Legends. He's got a easy dash with his E, it slows them down, and then you just proc his Q with 3 auto attacks while they're slowed, pretty easy to get off, and you knock them up, and you have a lot of armor shred while doing so. It's really, really simplistic and really, really easy, and as long as your lane person you're ganking for pays halfway attention, you're gonna get a kill or an assist. So play him, it's really effective. And as for my final champion recommendation for the week, I'm gonna give that one over to Azir. Now the reason why I say Azir, and a lot of people are like, but they nerfed him into the ground. No, I disagree. They didn't nerf him into the ground. Azir's still a fantastic champion. If you can't play him very well, that's unfortunate, and that will then make him not very good for you, most likely. But if you don't own him right now, which a lot of people might not, because he's one of the newer champions, although we've seen him all season now, but you know, he's one of the last like 5 released. He might be somebody you don't own, and now during a free week might be a good time to like play a handful of games to get more comfortable with him if you don't own him, because he's not the easiest to play. And this would be a good time to try him out. Obviously, maybe take him to a bot game first or play with some friends or something, because if you don't get the hang of it right away, which you might not, it might be frustrating. But besides that, once you get a little bit of his game knowledge down, you can start to do some great work with him. So if you don't own him, I definitely recommend trying him out at least a little bit this week. Those are gonna be the champions I'm picking for this free week out of the 10 that are available. Some decent picks in here this week, a couple weaker ones, but that's what the tier list is for. If you wanna talk about it, head over to the tier list for 518. And yeah, have fun with all that nonsense. If there's a box around these champions' portraits, it'll take you to a building guide of some kind. Let me know which ones you will be playing this week down below in the comments. And till next time, good luck on the fields of justice.